What's up, everyone, and welcome back to MMA Today. Let's dive into the latest from Sean Strickland, who isn't holding back when it comes to Israel Adesanya. In a recent interview, Strickland shared some strong opinions on the former middleweight champion. As always, Sean didn't mince words when he talked about Adesanya's skills. Reflecting on Adesanya's fight with Kelvin Gastelum, Strickland had this to say. Everyone's like, Izzy is this and that. I've sparred Kelvin so many times where I'm like, you kind of had a close fight against Kelvin. Like, you're not that effing good. Izzy is just not that effing good. Kamaru Usman has been vocal about his belief that he could beat boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez if the two were to face off in a crossover fight. Usman, known for his dominance in the UFC's welterweight division, sees this potential matchup as more than just a fight, it's a calculated gamble.
And you were in a spot to where you were just dominating everybody, to where the question was being asked, who else can challenge this guy? Is there anything else? Is there anything that anyone has for him? And so at that moment, I threw my hand. I'm like, let me at least give him a different look, because I'm not a technical boxer. So I feel like you know all the pieces to the puzzle when it comes to boxing. How guys roll, the combination that guys are going to throw. And I felt that mine's different. I'm a mixed martial artist. It might come slower, but the combinations might be different than what you're used to. That's why I threw my hand in the mix and saying, hey, I would love to give him something different, a different look. And who knows? At the end of the day, we know as fighters that anything can happen in a fight. And so that's what it was. So I hope there's no hard feelings in that, because I respect you as a fighter, and I hope that's vice versa, because I think you're a hell of a champion.
Sean OMalley has been quite confident leading up to his bout with Merab Dvalishvili at UFC 306. OMalley, known for his striking prowess, doesn't believe that Merab's wrestling will be much of a factor in their fight. In fact, he's predicting an early knockout, showing no signs of concern over Merab's grappling abilities.
I don't think Merab's going to be the one to test my wrestling, to be honest. I don't think he's going to... I truly believe I'm going to put his lights out very early.
Very early. I mean, you're always very confident, and you've made predictions before. What about him gives you the sense that this one won't last long?
Styles. Like, just... I know I can knock anybody out. I just believe he's going to make... It only takes one mistake.
Michael Bisping was quick to voice his frustration after the controversial 30-27 scorecard in favor of Tai Tuivasa during his fight against Jairzinho Rozenstruik at UFC 305. As someone who's seen it all in the octagon, Bisping didn't hold back on his opinion, calling out the judge responsible for what he considers an outright baffling decision.
30-27. What? Stop. How did he get a scorecard?
A 30-27. Anybody from the street, show them that fight, and they will tell you who was winning. I'm a big fan of Tai Tuivasa, so I take no pleasure in saying this. Jairzinho Rozenstruik just beat him from start to finish. Yes, of course, Tai Tuivasa landed a lot of shots, but it was a dominating performance for Jairzinho Rozenstruik. He went out there, dominated the fight. These judges are costing people their livelihood, title shots, money in the bank. These judges that come out with insane scores like that, they need to be fired. They should not be doing this job. As you said, any man on the street, woman, man, old lady, child, watching that fight can say who won. That was straight up bullshit.
Muhammad Mokaev, the former UFC flyweight, was involved in a car accident in Dagestan while driving his Mercedes AMG 35. The incident occurred when he lost control of the vehicle, which resulted in significant damage. Despite the crash, Mokaev and his passenger were pulled from the car by eyewitnesses, and fortunately, there were no reports of severe injuries. Mokaev reportedly asked onlookers not to take pictures following the accident. The crash happened as he was on his way to visit family. Israel Adesanya recently received a warm and celebratory welcome upon his arrival in Lagos, Nigeria, despite his recent loss to Dricus Du Plessis at UFC 305. Upon landing at Lagos Airport, Adesanya, who was accompanied by his parents, was greeted by enthusiastic fans. Ilia Topuria is turning heads once again with his latest training footage. The undefeated UFC featherweight champ has dropped some intense sparring clips, and let's just say his opponents aren't getting off easy. In the footage, Topuria can be seen delivering brutal body shots that repeatedly send his sparring partner to the canvas. It's clear that El Matador is sharpening his tools and taking no prisoners as he prepares for his next bout.
Arriba, abajo, boom, boom, y tengo confianza porque sé lo que...
Tom Aspinall reveals he didn't sleep for nearly 24 hours before his fight against Curtis Blades. Aspinall, who defended his title by knocking out Curtis Blades at UFC 304. The victory gave Aspinall more title defenses at heavyweight than the undisputed champion, John Jones, who hasn't fought since he won the belt in a vacant title bout against Cyril Gane at UFC 285 in March 2023. While speaking on Michael Bisping podcast, this is what he had to say.
Got back to the hotel, put my head on the pillow, and all of the negative thoughts just started running through my mind, as they do on fight day. Do you know what I mean? Thinking, I fought this guy before. Last time I fought him, I got injured. You know, he's got a win over me. I've got to get it back. Oh, he's the best wrestler in the division. He's knocked this guy out. He's knocked that guy out. I don't want to get knocked out in front of 25,000 of my home fans. And this just, I mean, you guys know what it's like. I'm preaching to the
yeah.
Like the thoughts just build and build and build and build. Like on a regular day, like now, I can cancel it out, no problem. But when you've got that pressure on you and you're feeling like that, it's just like the slightest little thought can just set you off, and it just snowballs and snowballs. And I just ended up lying there for like 4 or 5 hours, not being able to sleep. And then, honestly, by the time I fought, so I fought around 6 a.m., 5:30, 6 a.m., I was awake for nearly 24 hours.
That's crazy.
The UFC men's pound-for-pound rankings have been updated following UFC 305. Dricus Du Plessis moves up 5 spots to number 6. Israel Adesanya falls down 2 spots to number 15. Not too long ago, Israel was in the top 2 rankings. It's shocking how quickly he has fallen down the ranking. Many fans thought that Dricus Du Plessis got a knockdown on Israel Adesanya during their fight. But Israel Adesanya has reveals he didn't point at the ground to copy Max Holloway's stand and bang style, but that he was telling Du Plessis that he tripped.
Okay.
The finishing sequence.
Let me explain this because the commentary booth got it wrong. But again, it's on the fly and it's what you see in real time. I was moving and then my right ankle rolled and I tripped as he was throwing, So to the untrained eye, or in the moment, it looked like, I can't remember who said, I think maybe Dom said, oh, that was a really bad shot he got hit with. And it looked like I was rocked. So, but then I like got up and circled out and I pointed at the ground, looking at him. And DC goes, he's pointing at the ground like Max Holloway, like, come here. Nope. What I said to him was like, I tripped. You didn't rock me. I didn't want him to think he rocked me or anything.